chance to put my feet up is as welcome as fine ale.
I'm about ready to fall asleep on my feet.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Let us dispense with pleasantries and cut to the heart of the matter. I have a task that requires someone of your skill and discretion. Some days ago, a fiend attacked Empress Nadinia during her supplications. Her Majesty was unharmed, but the would-be assassin fled, gifting me a wounded arm in the process. He may seek to strike again, yet I fear I am not fit to guard the Empress as I am. And so I turn to you, Sir Arisen. Will you catch this villain in my stead? My deepest thanks. Her Majesty will next begin her supplications in Flamebearer Palace. I would use this opportunity to lure her assassin from the shadows. Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen. I trust you understand the gravity of this task.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
It is not our place to hurry the Arisen.
This place now seems to calm my spirit.
Lost track of time. This place is too comfortable.
Well, this is no good. Can't let myself get distracted.
Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen. You must ensure Her Majesty is not harmed during her supplications in Flamebearer Palace.
A chance to put my feet up is as welcome as fine ale.
What are you doing? We've not been given leave to rest yet. I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful should we encounter another speaker.
I'll take any chance, not flinches on all sides.
Surely I'm giving you a day off.
If that is your destination, we cannot follow. But know that your return is eagerly awaited.
And who might?
Sir Arisen, you've come just in time. Sir Ermhild, 'tis my pleasure to present to you the good Arisen, come to aid us in apprehending the brigand who would threaten Her Majesty's life.
Well met. Your assistance is most welcome. Without our Empress to guide us, Batal has no future. Her Majesty cannot be allowed to come to harm.
Indeed. We are well glad of your aid. May it prove unnecessary. Ere Her Majesty's supplications begin, I shall give you a description of our target. Pray seize the rogue should you espy him. We would, however, prefer that this affair be kept quiet. Be not reckless in your decision, lest you apprehend the innocent. Empress Nadinia shall commence her prayers any moment now. I would ask that you safeguard her with your life, should it come to that.
O lambent flame, we offer thee these words of prayer on behalf of our people.
Seize the rogue the moment you espy him. I shall pray for your success.
Precious little time.
Where's my comb? My fur's in a right state.
Got to make a list of the colours I'm running low on.
So tired.
What's changed at sea?
Just a
We ask that all be spared the horrors of the fell dragon. We ask that Batal may e'er prosper. And we ask that a day may come when Beastren, human, Pawn, and every other noble race that walks our world may live in harmony with one another.
This looks as good a place as any.
Sir Arisen, Her Majesty's supplications are nearing their end. Have you located the rogue?
Who are ye supposed to be? Fie. Are they onto me? Ah, sod it!
Apprehend him at once! That man there is the assassin. Nicely done, Sir Arisen. Let us inform Sir Ermhild of what has transpired.
Oh, Your Majesty. Full glad am I to see you unharmed.
The brigand has been captured. The chaos of the past few days ought to be behind us now. We owe this outcome to you, Sir Arisen. You cannot know the depth of my gratitude.
Ah, yes, of course. Batal is in your debt, Sir Arisen. The same is true of you, Sir Manella. Your efforts were most admirable, considering your wound. Now that a measure of peace is returned to us, however, you ought to devote yourself to convalescence for a time. You may. The curative hot springs on Volcanic Island are said to be wondrous for healing. Go there to recuperate.
Very well, my lady. I shall leave presently, and return when I am fully recovered.
Grateful are we for your most valiant efforts, Sir Arisen. Our people must ne'er see our weakness.
Let the heavens heed this way.
It is a difficult situation. Grateful are we for your most valiant efforts, Sir Arisen. Should the world change, will we too be weak?
Tis high time I began my meditations.
Who might you be? I find myself drawn to quiet spots like this.
Only person I believe in is myself.
Let me alone, will ye? I'm a busy woman.
I'll feel inside now. I've got to focus. My shift's only just begun.
What I wouldn't give for a reprieve from
slim pickings of late. Am I losing my touch? Some of them give advice. I train every day.
I mustn't let this get out of hand. I've got to focus. My shift's only just begun.
Oh, good. You return. I find myself on edge when you stray from my line of sight.
Pray, make for the jail and speak with Hugo. Perhaps he'll be willing to tell you the current whereabouts of his former comrades.
Your mornings get earlier as your bones get older.
Interested in my wares?
A welcome reprieve from the day's exertions.
Gladly stay away. Wonder if there's any easy work to be had.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
I ain't interested in talking, understand?
I don't see the point in questioning the lad, if I'm honest. He might have been part of the coral snakes, but by all appearances, he was the bottom rung of the ladder. If he was only being used, he's not likely to have been privy to any matters of import, is he? Of course, that's not to say he ought to be released. He'll be spending a few long years in that cell, I'd wager. I'm a tad preoccupied just now, if you can't tell.
What are ye doing here? Come to laugh at me, have ye? Suppose it must make ye feel a hero, seeing the man ye caught yourself sitting behind bars. But ye ain't fool enough to think the Empress is safe now I'm in here, are ye? Coin's a fine thing. Even in a place like this, it's got its uses. Reckon ye must be touched in the head, giving coin to a would-be murderer just to hear his story. Still, suppose I'm no longer a part of this, so I'll tell ye a little something, as thanks for your generosity, cuz. I got this job by way of the coral snakes. I only did as I was instructed. If you want to know who hired them in the first place, you're best off asking a snake. Lucky for ye, there's one right here in the jail.
Why did this have to happen? My parents were killed by brigands.
and I've no doubt I'd have followed them to an early grave if Lanzo hadn't taken me in. He made me a part of the coral snakes, gave me a home, a life. I wanted to repay him however I could, so I did what he told me. I know it ain't right to steal, but I thought I could use all that gold I filched to help someone, like Lanzo did for me. I didn't take it for myself, it was for the poor. I wanted to give people a chance to choose a better path in life, instead of ending up like me. That's why I did the things I did. Understand? And I don't believe for a moment that Lanzo meant what he said to me in the hideout. 'Twas all an act. So if you're waiting for me to talk, cuz, don't hold your breath. That's why I did this, and I don't believe for a moment that Lanzo meant...
Reckon ye must be touched in the... Suppose... No, I got this job by way of the... If you want to know who hired him in the first place...
Ugh. Ugh. You want a way to release the whelp sooner? Do you realise what you're asking? Well, there might be a way, only you didn't hear it from me. I've not the authority to promise such a favour, but that doesn't mean no one does. Lad Jada, for instance. I reckon he could get the lad his freedom, if you made it worth his while.
Aye, what can I do for you? Oh, you want the bandit whelp released, do you? I suppose I could consider it. Aye, being head jailer has its privileges. I could accommodate such a request if I were so inclined. Of course, you'd need to prove your integrity first. I can't go around unlocking cells for just anyone.
A shame.
More to this trade than people realize.
Wonder if there's any... Those new recruits could barely lift their swords.
Oh, my joints have been aching something fierce.
Precious little time. I'm in fine fettle today. I'll take any chance.
I'm not risking my life for a
well met. Wonder what
Pleasant surroundings make
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful should we encounter another speaker. We must rest, though the sun is still up.
A good sleep does wonders.
Wearing armor all day feels like a
This is no good. Looking for aught in particular?
Ah, well met. You'll be glad to hear we've succeeded in capturing another of the coral snakes. Fortunately for us, this one started talking the moment a bargain of acquittal was mentioned. Mayhap through speaking with him, we might discern some means of loosening Hugo's tongue.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
It would allow us to save our strength. Assuming we're not attacked, that is. We shall await you here, Master.
We'll see if you can escape me a second time.
Who are you supposed to be then, eh? Quit staring. Wait, you're one of the ones that came crawling into our hideout. Yeah, ain't funny really. But seeing you's reminded me of that bleeding runt's face. I'm talking about Hugo, of course. Didn't you hear him sobbing as we left? Lanzo, why? Boo-hoo! Bet he's still crying over it, eh? Like a babe without its mum. Of course, Lanzo's already forgotten about the poor sod. Was right glad to be rid of him, truth be told.
That blackguard. Oh, it tells me there's more to his tale. Not sure I can stomach it, mind. That blackguard. Oh, it tells me there's more to his...
Hugo's been following Lanzo around ever since he was a kid. Wouldn't quit it neither, even when it got him a beating. Still, there's a use for whelps like him. Guards aren't like to throw a brat in jail for pocketing a few trinkets, eh? They can earn their own living that way. When one shop starts getting suspicious, they just move on to another. Easy pickings for a kid. And having a few whelps along makes setting up in a new town a trice. The guards don't suspect a thing. But Hugo had gotten too big for that, see? We'd run out of uses for him. Well, save throwing him to the dogs, so as we could make our escape. Hard to believe the lad never figured out we was using him. Real loggerhead, that one. Did he ever tell you his story? About how his parents were killed by brigands or some such? Couldn't be more obvious who that was, eh? Ah, his mum was a comely lass. Don't remember a thing about his da. We roughed them up, had a bit of fun. Emptied their purses and the like. Lanzo slit their throats himself. 'Twas hard not to laugh, watching daft little Hugo grow up, hanging off Lanzo's bootstraps and never questioning a damn thing. We've a new hideout now, over on the ancient battleground. Aye, I ain't afraid to tell you that. I might owe Lanzo a favour or two, but not enough to rot in here for him. In fact, why don't you go pay him a visit, eh? Ain't right that I'm the only one in this hole. With a new hideout now, ain't fair for me to be the only one with a sweet all to myself.
What do you want now? What? He said... What? That can't be right. But if he did that to me, then what about all those kids? He can't have killed all their parents too. Can he? No. Tell me it's all a lie, damn you!
Seems we've heard all this scum has to offer. Makes you sick, doesn't it?
Good to see you, Master.
There's much needs doing.
Stomach's growling. Time.
You're worrying. You aren't living, I say.
My boys will forgive me for last night's scuffle.
Things I could do with an ox cart full of gold.
Swapping stories is one of life's great pleasures.
Take it easy.
Well met. Swapping stories is one of life's great pleasures.
It is all a matter of practice, I'm sure.
Shall we get some rest?
Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well.
Need something dyed, perchance?
Looking for aught in particular?
Go off. Chance to put my feet up is as
Always
welcome.
another errand, you see.
Wonder if anyone would notice if I'm mistraining.
Time for a bath.
If you and that bandit with the loose tongue's dead. Took a knife to the gullet. Not hard to guess whose 'twas. Consign it. Suppose he was rotten to the core after all, like the rest of those snakes.
ups and downs.
Why is my luck so wrong?
I wonder if there's any easy work. I can feel it.
This ox cart's bound for the checkpoint rest town. Can't let you on till you've paid.
One of these days I'll buy myself a manor.
Tis just another day. Tis just another day. Same as the one before.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier. Fewer monsters are to be found in the main road, though carts travel.
You're not getting in here on my watch.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment. I can even mark them on your map.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. Prepare to engage!
Methinks the fiend felt that. Perhaps a few more for good measure.
We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might. Shall we set it rolling?
We've little need for a campsite at present.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
Is this truly the time to romp about?
You ought not to be so careless. I can scarcely see a thing in the smoke.
Come on! Don't
Aught fell from the beast as it breathed its last.
Should be.
Are only truly defeated when their skulls snap beyond repair. I cannot fall to Saras.
I can do no less in service.
Splendid. That was hard won.
We were overconfident in our abilities. It is a painful reminder that fortune will not always favour us.
Nice armor you've got.
Hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Come on then. Let's dance.
Nice armor you've got.
Drop all your valuables, and I might just let you live.
An exemplary performance.
Once more!
Get back here.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
You know who you're dealing with. Bugger off if you want to see the morrow.
Come on! Don't drag me! Come on!
I thought it best we prevented Hugo from staining his hand any further.
You? This your work, then? I came to get my vengeance, only to find all those who could give it to me already dead. Fine. Seems my entire life's a farce, and I'm the only one not laughing. I don't rightly know where to go from here. What am I to do now? An honest life, huh? What a lark. This is the only life I've ever known. It's too late for me to change paths now. Oi. Listen. Do you really think someone like me could live an honest life after all that's happened? I've always wanted to try. Earning an honest living, I mean. But what could I do? Not sure as I've many skills, save picking pockets. And no one would want me working for him, would they? You know of a place I could work? Where? You think I could work there? For true? What? You went out and looked for a job for me? But why? Why would you put yourself to all that trouble? Give it a try, I suppose. Not sure how it'll turn out, but it's a start at least. I'll do my best not to make a mess of it. Oh, and thank you, cuz.
So Hugo has washed his hands of banditry and has a chance to begin anew as a hired guard. May he find every success.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.